Hey there and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to do the Draw This Again challenge. This is a drawing I did back in 2012, around 5 years ago. The reason I chose to redraw this picture is that I remember that I was particularly proud of this one. When you ask me now, I really don't know why, because it had no shading, the anatomy was off, and I wrote cooking, which, well, she's technically baking. But whatever. So let's get right into the video. So here you'll just see me doing the basic sketch for the drawing. I tried to stick as much as I could to the original design I did all those years back, but there were things that had to be changed. If you'll see, I ended up kind of changing her pose, like nothing serious. I just gave her like a side pose or kind of thing. And actually, you won't see me doing like the whole sketch because, as you can see, the camera is so close, and I kind of forgot to like zoom out when I went to do the rest of her. So basically, anything past what you're seeing now is not recorded, though you'll see me tracing it later to another paper in which I colored, because this one's not suitable for my colors. So here I'm just like adding her apron and whatever. I made like, there, you see, the whole sketch is done now because I didn't notice the camera wasn't recording. So I just used my tablet. And downloaded like from the Play Store a white screen app, and I just traced it since I don't own a lightbox, and this worked just fine, so like why not. Anyways, I think this one turned like way better than I expected. Not than I expected, but way better than I had already did it before. Like, I think it's a good amount of improvement for 5 years. And plus, I'm actually so rusty because I don't draw much like throughout this whole year. This one is like my fourth completed piece. That's it. And I didn't even doodle that much this year, like just 3 or 4 sketches, and the other stuff like while I'm studying or whatever. Yeah, I'm trying to practice more because I want to improve my art, and I think since we're in the summer vacation that this is like a good opportunity to get a head start on that. So before doing this, I guess I actually did some anatomy studies, and so when I started this, I realized what more do I need to practice on. Like, I have problems with lips, and I have problems with like drawing fabric because I don't know, it's hard to imagine how it folds. So I had to experiment a lot to just get this basic folds. And here I'm just adding the frills on her apron. And then for coloring, again, you will notice I had issues coloring her clothes because, again, you know, different things get colored differently. Like skin gets colored differently, hair has a different way to color. For the coloring, I used this my Derwent Artist 36 set. And the thing that blew me about these, that these are the normal Faber Castell. They're not any expensive one of their options. It's the basic ones. These are the ones that I owned since my 3rd or 4th grade. I never used up those. Every year I would buy a new set because I don't know, I just used to think it's like an important part of the school supplies or something. And then when I just like on the off chance just tried them out, and they actually blended well. Like the Faber Castells, the school set or whatever, blended pretty well. So yeah, I started using them ever since I made that discovery. But these Derwent Artist 36, I would still use them. I'd use both together and they would blend well together, so that was fine. As you can see, for the skin, I started by blocking out the shades. For the skin, I usually start darker to lighter. And for the eyes, I do darker to lighter. For the hair, however, I would put the lighter first, because I don't know, I just think treating the hair as a block first, I like to block out the solid color and then add everything else, like the shading, the trying to make them into separate strands. Not exactly, again, because this is a more of an anime style, so not exactly a realistic style. But yeah, the thing that I noticed, I actually learned the hard way, is when you go darker to lighter, it's actually better for the tooth of the paper. Like, the paper holds much more color when you go darker to lighter, because you just like define certain areas and you not fill those areas previously, so it's gonna be easy to fill them with a dark color. But if you put a base color, the paper will hold much more less color of the dark when you put over the base, unless you actually leave the areas, but that makes it hard to blend. So it's easier to block out the darker colors and then the mid-tones and then the lighter colors. But again, as I said, for the hair I can't do that. And I always forget that, and then my paper gets shipped away because it's not a strong paper. I mean, I don't even know the brand of this paper. Like, this is some brandless paper. And I kept chipping away my pencil because I would like press too hard and the tips would start going off, and then at once when I showed it like a minute ago, it was like the whole thing went out. But yeah, that's fine. And yeah, that's what I was saying. I kind of forgot that my paper ships away when I go dark to light to dark, and I had started on the bows in her hair, light to dark, and then noticed that it was difficult to blend, and I was like praying that the paper won't chip away again. But thank God, yeah, it didn't, because that wasn't a large area, so I managed. And then so for the rest of her cloth, I went back to dark to light. And yeah, I have problems again coloring fabric, like not just drawing it. I just find working with fabric hard. I love coloring the skin, that's the easiest. And then the hair is good, the eyes are easy too. It's like clothes and stuff, I don't like it. not like it, but it's hard. It's harder for me to do that than the skin. But yeah, I was just trying to stick again to the main colors I had chose all those years ago. Again, blocking shadows and stuff. I'll have to apologize because this was me trying different filming angles and stuff. So throughout the whole video, you'll find that I had changed the setup like twice or thrice, and then my camera keeps going out of focus, and I didn't know that. So like I wasn't watching what was being recorded until like midway through the video, because I had done this on a couple days, not just in one go. So midway through the video, you'll find that it's better because I had changed it to mirror screening from my phone, which I was filming with, to my computer, so I was able to keep track on what I'm actually doing. So yeah, that's could get kind of irritating when the camera kept going in and out of focus, so I hope that you don't mind that much. Anyways, here I was going back in and solidifying some lines, because sometimes when you color the lines, like the lines will get they'll just get dimmer, so I would solidify the ones. Here I was trying to add highlights using my acrylic colors, but it didn't work much, so I ended up doing it again with my whitener. So that's about it. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more similar content. Bye!